Miss JoJo O'Neal has been taking kickboxing, so you could spar with JoJo if you want to. If you think you can take it, you think you can take JoJo.
I don't want any trouble.
You don't want none of that.
No.
You are a former NFL player. You are a television reality star. You are a model. You're a businessman, entrepreneur. You know, you do it all, right? And you even got married on TV. Is that correct?
I did. Everything besides the girl in the aspect was actually phenomenal. You know, I'm trying to live up to Mike. Mike sounds influential. You know, I'm trying to be him when I grew up. So I think I'm in a good so far. The ones, you know, it leaves me a little bit curious of how he got those ones, but you know, we've all been destined for money, so it's all good. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things by all means. The Married by Mom and Dad show was honestly a huge step in my career. But overall, you know, I think the best is yet to come.
Yeah. So your parents actually picked the person that you were married to, right? Your parents, no, your bride,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so it was essentially my mom. My dad was just there for the food, essentially. You know, he had a big black dad and a big Italian
Sound like
mom.
me.
My mom pretty much did the whole kind of, you know, doing the interviews, meeting all the girls, doing the dating and whatnot. And then my dad was more so for, you know, just the food and support.
Right. Okay. And then that was your second show because you were also on The Bachelorette.
Yes.
Right.
So I had a small stint on The Bachelorette, JoJo Fletcher season. JoJo
Wait,
actually
you said JoJo?
JoJo Fletcher, yeah.
Oh, the other JoJo, not that JoJo.
JoJo Fletcher went on to marry Aaron Rodgers. Not Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers' little brother. And you know, unfortunately, I wasn't very aggressive. I'm not, you know, a very outright guy. I'm not going to be fighting over a girl, so it didn't really work out. But that actually opportunity brought me to the TLC opportunity where those casting producers are like, hey, you know, we like your style, we like your talk. We'll bring you over to the TLC show and see how you can do. And it was, you know, a huge success.
Wow. So if you had to choose between playing in the NFL or, you know, acting in movies or television, you know what I'm saying, or reality TV, which would you choose? What would be your preference?
You know, my all-time passion is going to be playing football. You know, that was since I was 8 to about 25 years old. It was a tough time to let that go, for sure. A really tough time. But I think that was also the strongest point in my life where I said, hey, you know, what's done is done. What I can control is just moving forward. And I talked to my parents, and that's why I'm so close to my parents, because I was in a dark space at that time. And like Mike said, you know, after football, it's like, what do? You know, you really have nothing. That was all you depended on. That's your whole kind of persona of who defines you. And, you know, my mom pushed me to get back, use my degree. My dad pushed me to go out there and do something I love. And, you know, I came a long way since then. And I think that point in itself is not playing in the NFL, not, you know, not being an All-American in college, not doing this, that, or the third. But that point from, you know, transitioning from what your dream was to still being successful was still my all-time proudest moment of my life because of the fact that it was such a dark moment for me, but I turned it into light.
Wow. So I'm gonna put Mike on the spot again. So this guy has an inspirational story. Is he somebody that you could use to be, you know, you know, but you know, I know you don't own
Absolutely.
with the World Sports Organization. I mean, what is it? The World Sports Alumni Association.
Definitely. Yeah, Devin. I mean, you definitely got to check out worldsportsalumni.com. I think you know, we got to get you involved in our organization, get you into some of the different events. But no, I mean, I know Devin's story, and obviously he's got not just a career as an athlete, but he's also done more in TV afterwards, and that's exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. So yeah, we definitely we'll have to talk offline, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
website worldsportsalumni.com.
JoJo's obviously that I think was Kick the Asthma.
Yeah, let's kick asthma.
Yeah, very cool, very catchy name. So by all means, if I can help out with that by any means, I'd be more than willing to.
Nice. That's what we're all about, making connections. So, but Devin, so you were on what team were you on when you played the NFL?
So 2012, I was in training camp with the Buffalo Bills. I got cut and then brought back about 2 times and played a few regular season games with them. I got cut again and then got brought to Kansas City Chiefs practice squad. 2013, I actually played for the Philadelphia Soul. It's sort of like the Tampa Bay Storm, essentially.
Right.
And then 2013, I was with the New York Giants, and I got hurt in training camp, and that was essentially it. It was a short career. As I mentioned yesterday, I felt like it was coming to an end long before that because my body was consistently breaking down. But nonetheless, you're a young kid trying to chase your dream, and it's tunnel vision. Nothing else matters besides that. And I pushed and did everything I could, but unfortunately, due to injuries, I couldn't sustain my body or my performance. So I had to find something elsewhere.
Well, very, very inspirational story, man. And like I said, we know that you're in business. You want to shout out the company you work for now, or are we able to do that?
So I'm actually the director of sales for a company called Global Forwarding. We do international and domestic transport. And I definitely try to be a jack of all trades, business, the reality TV, the modeling, help out, nonprofits, small industries and whatnot. So, again, my biggest motto and what I've read is, all millionaires have 7 sources of income. So the more you get yourself out there, the more stuff you can produce, that's how you're going to be successful.
Wow. Okay. All right. I like that. So I'm going to ask you the question of the day. So if it wasn't for the coronavirus this year, what would you be doing differently?
So a little bit about me is actually I was casting for Temptation Island. I don't know what season it is, maybe season 3, season 4, but I actually got casted to go for Temptation Island. Pretty big show on USA, but unfortunately that shooting date was between March 30th and May 3rd. So that was essentially kaput. But I think the biggest thing about me is what I would have been doing is probably not always the right thing. probably being in the club, buying bottles, doing not the good things. So I think the Corona thing actually could have been as a good thing.
That's right.
Kept me inside, made me focus on what my values were and helped me, get ahead in life. So I think that's, again, a lot of people say, it's a tragedy and whatnot, and a lot of bad things happen from it. But at the same time, you got to use it for the benefit. And I came out of it, or will come out of it, a lot stronger than I went into it.
And you've been bettering yourself, right, with your time.
I have. Reading some books and whatnot. I read my first book as an adult.
Got 2 more for you here. So
got 2 more books. There you go.
I'm to get those.
Here we go. Yeah.
Doing some yoga, doing some meditation and whatnot. Finding who I am as I go into my 30s. I think it's definitely a critical part into my life. And you want to come out there and. I had a strong, decade as a 20-year-old, but I even want to make it stronger as a 30-year-old. So that's the plan and that's the goals.
And you're boxing too.
Boxing as well. Now I was going to have actually my first amateur fight. Despite my mom's, desperately not to.
Right.
But I do miss the competition of sports. I miss the competition of football. And I kind of found that in boxing, every time I go out there, I learn something new. It's competitive, it's you versus that person as well, which makes it a little bit more intimidating, but also more exciting because, you only have yourself to blame at the end of the day for that boxing match. I feel like I could throw pretty good hands, to be honest with you, but at the same time, my cardio has been kind of a lackluster thing or lack behind where it needed to be. So I was on schedule to fight actually in July, but again, my gym closed during coronavirus. And, push comes to shove, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know if it's going to be boxing, but it's definitely going to be something that's going to be competitive and something I want to win within.
Well, I can tell you what, you didn't get to do that. Your debut. Fight, but Ms. JoJo O'Neal has been taking kickboxing. So you could spar with JoJo if you want to. If you think you can take it, you can take JoJo.
I don't want to trouble.
You don't want none of that.
No.
You go to JoJo. If you go to JoJo's, go on JoJo's Facebook page. She's beating that bag up.
Yeah. It's a great workout. It really is. It's really a great workout, and definitely a way to get your mind off of the daily grind. If it's work, if it's your relationship, if you have frustrations anywhere in your life, to kind of let that go and just work on your craft. It's definitely a good thing to do.
Nice.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. Love it.
So, Star, do you box as well?
I agree.
No, I don't. I used to when I went to the gym, kickboxing classes. I did take that, but no one-on-one with people or anything like that.
Okay, you think you could take JoJo?
No.
Let's say I'm trying to set up a fight.
No, don't even start nothing.
All right. Well,
fitness model and a boxer now. No.
Oh wow.
Thanks for watching. You can catch us live every Friday at 6 o'clock. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.